All right, so welcome to Footee Chat. It's 8 more days to the World Cup. It's very close. Nowadays, there are a lot of friendlies going around. I think there will be Nigeria playing Poland and other matches today. But yesterday, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Black Stars and the Welsh national team playing yesterday. I think the Welsh were actually celebrating their 150th anniversary of their FA. That's how long some people have been playing football. But anyway, uh, there are different opinions. People are expressing different opinions about the game. Some think it was an improvement. Some things we can do better. But today, me, Fifi IT, and Anabas Abli, we are going to talk about what actually happened yesterday, what we think about the game. Do you think we have improved a bit? But with me, I always start with I think now, if you watch the Black Stars, you can see a bit of some structure, which gives me hope that maybe the more they are together, maybe they can improve and surprise people during the tournament. But what do you think, or what are your thoughts on
So
yesterday's
in
game?
terms of the structure, I agree with you. It looked
You
really
could see
good.
that at least they are playing to some certain
Some
rhythm.
certain rhythm and everything. And especially when defending the block.
Yes, the
was-
defensive
well,
shape was
Yeah,
actually
was
quite,
okay.
especially in the first half.
and for once, I saw them pay attention to who has the ball and who is also making
Off
a run
the ball,
off the ball and
yes.
all those sort of things. And it was
So you could say that the
Yeah.
experienced coach is at the helm.
it's at the help.
Mm.
At a point when you look at our highlights, you could see 5, 6, 7, 8 players looking at the person with the ball, and it was a bit terrifying. But from yesterday's game, there was a bit more of a structure, a bit more of concentration, a bit more of people knowing what to do and actually accepting their duties.
Yes.
So discipline also.
Yes, discipline. Yesterday, what I realized was, and I always compare it to Utuado because he's our previous manager. Whenever you watch our games, when Utuado was in charge, we looked very disorganized, mainly in defense, in midfield, or even attack. And it was so obvious that players were playing individual football. We were not playing as a team. A typical example is when we played against Austria. After we went down the first goal, every single player was trying to do something to try and get back. It wasn't like we're playing as a team. Somebody will make a run, people won't pass, especially in midfield. Somebody will win the ball instead of maybe passing. Sometimes they even try passing, and it's actually a very faulty pass. You go either to throw or to a different opponent. So I sometimes found it difficult to understand or to even fathom whether we even had a coach, because it was so disorganized. I was telling a friend that I believe that with the qualifications, the World Cup qualification, I think the players were determined to go to a World Cup, because the only game that I think maybe you could feel that Utuado was at the helm was when we played Mali in Mali. Remember that game? Yeah. I think that was the only game I could feel that there was a manager or there was a coach, and he made some changes, and the changes were beneficial, and then we won the game. But the rest, I couldn't really see.
That game was well balanced.
Yes, it was the only game that I think we played like
I personally believe we took our chances in that game. Mali didn't take their chances. Mali didn't really play that well on that day. But it was more of a balanced game.
Yes, but I also think Mali sort of underestimated the Black Stars.
Yeah, it's possible because we were bad for a long time.
Yes, and I think still, psychological wise, presently, it's still because whatever.
We've always beaten Mali when it mattered.
Yes, I'm been talking about yesterday's game. You could feel that maybe do we have a psychologist in the camp? I think we need, because we have lost 6 games or 5, 6 or 5 games in the group.
Yeah. If you count
Comoros was our
if
last.
you count Mexico.
Comoros was our last game that we won.
Yeah.
We've lost the rest, and I think psychologically it started impacting our players. So that's why I'm asking whether there's a psychologist in camp. We might need someone like to boost. That's why yesterday I wanted the players to win, because sometimes what a win can do is it builds your confidence.
Sometimes
when you are
too,
going into
yeah,
a game,
but
you know, oh, okay.
but even
You can
when
relax
you
and play
lose
your football.
and the coach believes you got what you wanted and assures the players they did what you wanted and all that, that also brings in some level of confidence because you want to be playing for somebody. If you are first of all you are playing for your country though, but teams always do well when they are playing for a particular person. They are playing for their coach. They are
New
playing
coach.
for
That's what they call the new coach bounce.
I expected us to actually do well against Wales. I didn't really expect them to put up.
I didn't think we would lose, but I wanted them to win.
What I was looking for was how they perform.
Which was, there were some glimpses of some very good play, and glimpses of things could get better in the future. Especially, I was very impressed with the defensive pair of Ajete and Opoku.
I believe individually they did well.
Yes, so
but together there were issues.
They might need to communicate and tell each other, I will be the last person, you go first. You know, that kind of communication.
Because there was a lot of time like JT was actually breaking the offside trap they had set, following players. The players who were trying to break the following them when he should have just stayed put and played them offside. So I personally believe they will do the video analysis, they will discuss it.
They will discuss it.
It's an experienced coach, you see all those mistakes and all that.
They can improve communication. And I also, one worry, I think our left back, whether it's Gideon or whether it's Rana, I think they are beaten easily. That's another revelation was Senaya yesterday.
Oh, he played really well. Yeah.
And I think he has gotten the number 2 down. That's in my opinion, looking at what happened.
Yeah, Alidu is not a bad player, but my issue is
going forward.
He has a problem with getting cards.
Yes, and
yesterday the moment he stepped on the field, he got one.
And also very good going forward. Defensively, still has a lot of work to do, and I think Senaya is better defensively and also going forward.
Yeah.
And whether it's Gideon Mensah or whether it's Rahman, I think we have an issue because
Gideon Mensah.
I watched a montage of the 2022 World Cup. I also watched a montage of some of our qualifying games this morning, and especially with 2022 World Cup, most of the goals, especially against Portugal, came at the Rahman side. Most of the qualifiers, especially at the AFCON, Gideon Mensah was exposed. I think he has an issue with pace. So whenever he has a pacey player, usually they beat him with pace. They just,
because
kick the ball, and most of the times he's recovering
and
from an attack.
And that's when we talk about structure. The issue is that
Gideon Mensah, help.
No, yeah, he will
need help.
So Gideon Mensah and Baba like going forward. They will be caught off guard most of the time. They might lose the ball when they are holding it. They might be fouled and the referee will just play on. The issue is, if he moves out of position, based on structure, what are we doing about it? Is the defensive midfielder sliding in there for him? Is the one of the central defenders sliding in there for him? It's about how we recover and how we position ourselves when somebody is out of position. Because I personally don't understand when we always blame the player and say he was caught.
Yes, but there sometimes we know that from time to time you will be beaten. But if you are beaten too easily, that's a problem.
I have a problem when
if you go 1-on-1, let's say 5 times, and you are beaten twice, that one is fine. But if all the 5 times or 4 times you are beating, that one, it raises eyebrows. Because the question will be, that's your job. At least you are supposed to intercept some balls.
But the lateral defenders are practically the most wide areas of the pitch.
Yes, but at least you have to defend some of the attacks.
The issue is, as a wide man, as a wide defender, or as a lateral defender, what I expect from you is making sure the person doesn't always have his first option.